Yes, yes, yes. How are we all doing? It's Friday. Have we all got that Friday feeling? I'm letting my hair down today. It is Friday. It's been a really busy week. I hope you're all well. Like I put in the chat, if you do want to be a moderator on my channel, drop me a comment in the actual YouTube video comments, and I'll add you in due course. We've got loads and loads of stuff to cover today. As you can see, obviously in the subject, Wirtz, Diaz, Nunez, Kerkez, and Pecsi. Who's Pecsi? Did anyone see that one coming? I think it's really interesting that we're now picking up players which nobody even knows about. None of the reporters have picked up on it. And it looks like the Hungarian flight that everyone thought was Kerkez was a Hungarian, but it wasn't Kerkez. It was Pecsi. Yeah, I'll add you, Katie. I'll add you. Also, if you want to join my Rebels, hit the membership. It should be on my channel. It's literally 99p a month, and you get exclusive access to some incredible videos, which I'm going to be posting up in due course. There's one up there now already, which I'm not going to talk about, but you should go and check it out, and also have a look on my shorts, because there's a sneak peek of what you get when you're a member, is in these videos, exclusive behind the scenes, accessing Anfield and also the museum, which I'm going to be adding over the next couple of weeks. Obviously more members, more videos, and I'm also going to do some exclusive question and answers and deep dives into players and tactics in due course. I just want to see if people are interested. If people are interested and they want to become a member, then let's hit it off, and let's communicate more, and let's do more things together, as a group. But for now, as you're here just for the freebie, hit the like and subscribe straight away. Do that early, helps with the algorithm. And if you've got any comments you want me to answer, or any questions you've got for me in the chat, please send me a super chat. The smallest one's fine, and I will star it, and I will cover that during the show. Well, first of all, let's have a look at what's been going on. So, as always, I share my screens. Everything I cover is there for people to look at as well. I don't do anything out of the ordinary. What I will do, though, is I will cover a couple of things which are non-Liverpool related to start the show off. For fun, because we always like laughing at the opposition. So first of all, this is the latest on the rat who turned us down and decided to stay in the mountains, Zubimendi. He was interviewed recently, and he literally said he does not know what he's going to do yet, and he's still thinking on whether he wants to leave or not. Arsenal, everybody thinks Arsenal signed this guy. This guy's going to Real Madrid. Like, Real Madrid are all in still. Like, so the update I've got on here, let me just zoom in on my screen so everyone can see. So Arsenal were seen as clear favourites, but Real Sociedad, man, after more deep thought, starting to have doubt. If Arsenal don't get this guy over the line, I am going to laugh my arse off. Like, this will be the funniest thing ever, because literally, I think Fabrizio Romano did a here we go on this guy, and now he's not sure. Oh my God, it's amazing. It is amazing. It is just amazing. I just love it. Like I just love the fun and games and the laughter that we get from that side of the country. Uh, anyway, now according to defense, I mean, to be honest, it's not even according to Defence Central. The guy actually did an interview, and you can hear him say it from his own mouth that he's not sure. Um, obviously, Real Madrid are very interested in Zubimendi. He's a player which Xabi Alonso really likes. And let's be honest, like he's probably going to need some persuasion to go there. So let's see what happens there. That one I thought was hilarious. This one I think is also hilarious, which is the same one, which is this one here. This one makes me laugh. Manchester City have been turned down with their first offer for Ryan Cherky. Everybody thought this was a here we go as well, and this one was done. According to Plettigol, they're going to have to put in more money. The players waiting on the agreements to be reached by the clubs, but the first bid's been turned down. Let's see what happens there, because everybody thinks that all of these transfers are really easy to do, and because we haven't got Wirtz and Kerkez done yet, means that we're rubbish. But it looks like other people are getting their bids rejected as well. So looks like Cherky's first bid's been rejected. So Manchester City might have to do a bit more work on that one. Also want to put this one up because I just want to laugh at it, because this is the guy that we did not want. The fan base did not want this guy. Arsenal are progressing very nicely and should have this one wrapped up soon, around the 80 million mark. So much for him only being 50 million, eh? They're going to end up spending about 80 million on this kid. So fair play to them. They can sign him, and he can be a project for them, because he certainly wasn't going to be a project for us. Also, this one makes me laugh. Like, seriously, how desperate did this guy have to be? Like, he's willing to accept a move to Manchester United now, even though they haven't got Champions League football. Like, honestly, like I went on Mo, Footy Judge Mo's channel. Big up Mo, by the way, if you're about. If you haven't checked out his channel, please go and check it out. It's in my YouTube channel as my recommendations, so go and check that out. I talked about Manchester United, but there was a Manchester United fan on there, and basically I said that a lot of their signings are going to be mercenaries, and I got laughed at, and they were like, "Well, why are they mercenaries if they're going to Manchester United?" I was like, "Because they're going for the money. They're desperate to go somewhere else, like, and they don't care where it is. Like, they just want to go to another club and get out of their own and earn more money." Well, it looks like this guy's going to do the same. So you've got him. You've already got Cunha, who couldn't wait to get out of Wolves after signing a new contract and then disrespecting all the fans online. Like, he seems like another scumbag. Then you've also got the likes of Brian Mbeumo, who looks like he's trying to force an exit. There's another scumbag. Like, Manchester United really do know how to pick their players. What do? Do they just look for the guys who are going to be disrespectful to the clubs that have made them who they are and have paid them for the number of years, and the fans that have been loyal to them, and then just go, you know what? We want the guys who are just going to turn their backs on their old fans, and we want those guys that are just going to disrespect those clubs, and we're just going to get them. Like, and this guy just wants a club. Like, it looks like he just wants to get out. And okay, yeah, he's going to go to Man United as well then. Like, how much are Man United are going to pay these guys, and how many forwards are they going to need? Because as far as I'm concerned, they've got bigger issues than their forward line, and it's mainly their midfield, because it's Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. And to be honest, I'm not even going to waste any more breath on them because I quite frankly don't like them, and I hope they get relegated next season. So that's all what I was going to say on that. I don't know why I ended up getting into it. Sorry. I do apologise. Next one, non-Liverpool related. Levy's going to have to pay 4 million if he sacks Ange. 4 million Ange is going to get. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, he said he was going to win a trophy in the second season. He won a trophy in the second season. Ange is a legend for me. I don't know whether he does deserve a new contract because I don't know whether I think maybe they should sack him though, because you can't lose over 20 games in the Premier League. You just can't lose over 20 games in the Premier League and not lose your job. Like, seriously, like really, really dreadful in the Premier League. And I know they won the Europa League and they're in the Champions League, which is incredible. But do they want to continue that into next season? And do they want to do what Manchester United did, where they kept Ten Hag and then had to get rid of him mid-season because he was dreadful? I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care either. But there you go. That's the rest of the non-Liverpool related news, which I just wanted to get out of the way. So Liverpool related. Darwin Nunez. Yeah. So it looks like the odds have been slashed on Nunez leaving now. So I wanted to go into a bit more detail on the Nunez piece because I was talking about this on, I can't remember what show it was, but I was talking about it on a show. And I was feeling a little bit sketchy whether he'd actually go now because it's all gone a bit quiet. But it looks like it looks like Liverpool may have two outlets now for two players. So, for example, we look at Darwin Nunez. We all know Slot doesn't want him. We all know he's had a dreadful season. His worst season in a Liverpool shirt by far. Really poor from a playing perspective, really poor from a training perspective, and also really poor from the manager's perspective as well, who's outed him a number of times for his lack of effort and his poor performance in training. I mean, there's only two players that he's outed this season, and it was Trent and it was Nunez. So clearly not good enough for Liverpool. One's gone, that we managed to get 12 million for, which is great, considering he was walking out of the club for nothing. So we managed to get money for him. Darwin Nunez, he's been courted by a number of clubs over the last couple of months, but it's all gone quiet recently. However, it looks like because of the Victor Osimhen deal falling through with Al Hilal, it looks like they might now pull the trigger on Nunez. They were willing to offer, I think it was nearly 30 million a year in wages to Osimhen. He still couldn't get that one over the line for some reason. But Nunez has been offered 558,000 a week by Al Hilal, that was back in January, but we turned it down, and that was around 60, 70 million. I think that's going to now resurrect, and we're probably going to move him on in the next couple of days. I can see that one progressing really fast because the transfer window closes on the 16th, I believe, or the 15th, which means that we haven't got a lot of time, and they need to get their squads sorted for the Club World Cup. And they're obviously looking at a number of players. There's a number of players that are linked to Saudi Arabia. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes has said no. Victor Osimhen has now said no. It looks like Darwin Nunez will be the next one. It also looks like Luis Diaz is probably going to be another. And we can talk about the Luis Diaz bit in a bit, because the guy's literally said, like on TV, that he's talking to clubs, which is completely unacceptable for me, and he should be sold straight away. Like, you can't do that. Like, you just can't do that. So he needs to go as well. So, and let's be honest, they're probably two of our worst signings in a long time, and we all know why we signed them, because of Jurgen and Pep and Linders. So they weren't recommended by the committee. They weren't recommended by any scouts. Like, none of them wanted them. So I think that'll be done and dusted. I'll put the link in the chat now. USA Copite, big up, by the way. I'll put the link in the chat now. 2 seconds. Sorry, bear with me. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I can see over 150 of you in here. Also, big up all of the rebels. I know there's about 16 of you now who have joined the channel, which is fantastic. It's amazing to have you all on board. And if you haven't gone and watched the video, which I posted a couple of days ago, please go and check it out. Like, if you remember, go and check it out. That's why I created it, for members. So go and check it out. That's how you become a member. Join up. If anyone's got any comments any questions they want to ask me, pop in a super chat and I'll star it and I'll answer your questions. There's just so much stuff going on in the chat that I don't get a chance to do it. But I will do a Q&A show for members in a couple of weeks, so that will happen. So you'll all get your chance to ask me random questions. But not everybody will get to see them. So the answers. What was I talking about? Nunez. Yeah. So looks like that one will get done. So that's great news. Also, big up Dan. Good to have you on board. He's one of the members. I tried to make you a mod, but I couldn't find you, so I couldn't make you a mod. So if you can put your name in the comments if you want to be a mod, then I'll make you a mod, or I'll try to. But I did try to make you a mod. Part of being a member, being one of the rebels. I'm not going to call these members. I'm going to call them rebels, okay? Because that's what we are. I make you a mod as well. That's part of being a rebel, is being a mod, because you can be a rebel and you can tell people off, and you can tell people to like the video and subscribe, and you can kick them out if their comments are bad, if you don't disagree. Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I just think he's a little bit old. I think he's like 27, 28. I think maybe he's probably a little bit beyond the type of play that we're looking at, age-wise. But I think he's a good player. But he's also been Benfica as well, and we haven't had we didn't sign good players from Benfica, did we? Let's be fair. I'm now talking about one that we're trying to get rid of. So does anyone think that we're going to get our money back for Nunez from Saudi Arabia? He cost us 77 million in the end. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think we will. Give me a 2 in the chat if you think we won't. What do you think? Do you think we're going to get 77 million back for Nunez? Okay, that wasn't a 1 or a 2. That was just lol, not a chance. Fair enough. I don't think we're going to get our money back. I don't think we're going to get our money back because I think that the Saudi Arabia club knows that we need to get rid of him, right? So they're probably going to lowball us. But the only difference is we know they've got money because they offered big money for Bruno Fernandes, and they've also offered big money for Osimhen. I think it was 78 million or 68 million for Osimhen. So we know that we might get near that. But does anyone think we're going to get a good amount of money for Diaz? Does anyone think we're going to get a good amount of money for Diaz? I've actually got some wages, some contract and wage news on Wirtz. So it looks like we've got a number of how much he's going to get paid. He's not going to be our top earner, but he's going to be high. I know they have unlimited money, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? Like it depends how long we want to drag it on. Because if we drag it on too long, then they might just go somewhere else and get another player, which would annoy me that we can't shift him. Because there's definitely two players that I think we want to shift, and I think one of them's Nunez. I think one of them's potentially Diaz. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, by the way. I'm going to go on big screen for a sec. I'm hearing a lot of stuff, by the way, that the Cody Gakpo news is basically them trying to drum up interest from clubs, so they can then use that for Cody to get a new contract. I think his agent's playing with fire, but I think it's a lot of fake news or fake links to get Cody a new contract at Liverpool and to make him the first team left winger. Because at the moment, if you just look at the who slot starts Diaz over Cody. And if you're really looking at next season, there's a potential that Wirtz might start on the left, not as a left winger, but as a left-sided inside forward. So there's an element of, does Cody think he's going to be first team next year? And maybe his agent is trying to drum up interest. So we then push the button and go, oh, okay, then let's move Diaz out. Let's give you first team, and let's give you a new contract, like, and make you first team next year. Yeah, big up SK. What I'll do is I'll add you as a mod as well. I've got spaces for mods, so I'll add you as well. So yeah, so I think it's really interesting. What would you say? It's got to be getting 75 million for Diaz. Yeah, I think that number's probably what we should be looking at. I think we should be looking at that for both of them, if I'm honest. 75 million. I'd be okay with that. I know we'd be losing 7 million on Nunez, but I think you just have to take that one on the chin. Like, I think you just have to take that one on the chin. You think Wirtz starts behind our main striker? I don't know. You know, I want to do a tactics show, but I want to see. I want those signings to happen before I do a tactics show, because I don't want to tempt fate and do a tactics show and then we don't get whoever we think we're going to get. So I kind of want to do a tactics show on that, and I did get the tactics board out. I think it was like the last episode or the episode before, and kind of put in roughly where I think some of the players would be. But I do want to do a tactics show and kind of look at that in more detail. But I do think Diaz, Nunez, and potentially Jota are all sellable, and I'm not sure Chiesa is going to be around next year. I think we're in conversations with a number of clubs to move him on, but none of them are coming up with a number which fits us. And also they're all offering loan deals, which is not ideal, because we want someone to take him off us. Like we paid 10 million, didn't we? Like, we want someone to take him off us for like 15. and then we're fine. Like, but I don't know. I've actually got a slide to show you on the PSR of clubs, which was in the Athletic, which I'm going to bring up in a bit. I don't think we're going to get Fofana. He's too expensive. They want about 67 million for him. He's not worth it. He's not worth that. So let's have a look at a couple more slides I've got then. Okay, so I might as well do the Wirtz breakdown on wages that's come out. So this is in the build, which, to be honest, have been pretty spot on, because they were the ones that talked about Wirtz like a long time ago. So he's expected to get between 16.8 to 18.5 million a year, which is around 326,000 to 360,000 a week. I believe it's about 340, which he should be getting on a 5-year contract. So he's not going to be our top earner, but he's going to be high in the pecking order. And I just think this is one of those players that you just have to pay that money for. I just feel you really do need to pay that money. This guy's just, I think I spoke about this on the Irishman's channel yesterday. If you haven't gone and check that channel out as well, please go and check it out. It's also in my list of channels to go and check out. I think Brian might be in the chat. Big up Brian. He does a great show. He does a call-in as well, so you can go and join and have a chat. It's open to everyone. I talked about it yesterday that this guy is pure generational. Like we talk about when Manchester City got Kevin De Bruyne and then became just an outlier and a team that just kept on winning and winning and winning because they had Kevin De Bruyne as the heartbeat of the team, and he was doing things which nobody could do. Like, he was winning games single-handedly, and I've talked about Wirtz being that player for us. I actually think Wirtz could be even better than that, and I've talked about this over another show where I broke down the number of goals and the number of assists that he's got already in his career, and the fact that he's come into the Premier League before Kevin De Bruyne even came to the Premier League. So he's going to be at the level of Kevin De Bruyne while Kevin De Bruyne was in the Premier League, before Kevin De Bruyne was that good. Because Kevin De Bruyne didn't come in and do madness straight away. It took him about a year and a half before he started hitting mad numbers. Wirtz is already doing that. Like I'm going to show you this. I didn't want to do like a Wirtz show, by the way, but I'm going to show you this now. I'm going to do a screen share of FB Ref, and we're going to look at 2 players for goals and assists at the age of 22. Okay, and look, go with me on this one. Okay, if you haven't hit the like, subscribe, please do, and if you do want to become a rebel, it's in the chat somewhere. Let me just bring it up again. Where is it? I can't even remember it is now. There's so many things in there. I'm going to pop it in there again. If you do want to become a rebel, it's there, and I'm just going to go and share my screen. 2 seconds. Okay, FB Ref Wirtz. Right. Okay, so here we are. Points to note, by the way, points to note, people aren't talking about this enough. Points to note, he's only just turned 22. He has literally just turned 22. Only 4 weeks ago, he was 21 years old. Okay? This is how good this player is. He he is younger than Harvey Elliott. Do we understand this? Do we actually understand how good this guy is? He's younger than Harvey Elliott. We're talking about Harvey Elliott being a kid still. Yeah? He's younger than Gravenberch. He's younger than Harvey. He's younger than Kwanzaa. Okay? He's younger than Gerald Kwanzaa. Okay? This is how good this player is, by the way. He's younger than Gerald Kwanzaa and Harvey Elliott. Okay? And I'm going to show you these numbers. They are going to blow your mind because people aren't talking about this enough. Okay? First of all, do we even need to talk about that screen of green? He's 22 years old and he's in the top 95 percentile for most things attacking and passing. Most things attacking and passing, he is in the top 5 in the world. Okay? Monster, monster, monster. Okay? Next. All competitions. I'm going to bring up this. Okay. Oh, hang on. All competitions. I'm going to bring up this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a calculator out. We're going to get a calculator out and we're going to work out how many goals and assists he has got by this age. Okay. By his age now. Okay. So we can work it all out. Goals and assists. Since the age, 15, 16, yeah, he's playing for Leverkusen when he was 16. Of course he was. Why wouldn't he be playing for Leverkusen when he was 16? Right. Okay, so we add it all up, yeah, and he has 120. He's actually got 126 actually, he's got more than that because he's got international numbers, which we haven't calculated. But he's got 100 and in total, with all of his goals and assists, with all his goals and assists, he has 136 GA. Okay. Florian Wirtz, 136 GA. This guy's got. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in here. 136 GA. Right. I hope I'm bloody right here because if this number's wrong, then I'm going to look a bit of a plum. I'm going to look a bit of a plum if I'm wrong. Okay. By the age of 22, what? That can't be right. 34, 14. Hang on. I need to work it out. I need to calculate this myself. Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm going to get a calculator out and do this. Because obviously Wirtz is, like, I can look at the total number for Wirtz because he's 22. But Messi, I have to work it out. Okay, so that's 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 14 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 20 plus 8 plus 33 equals 104. Okay? Messi has 104 GA at the age of 22. Wirtz doesn't have 126. Sorry, he has 120 GA. So Messi has 104 GA. And I know it's Messi, by the way. I know it's a wild one, by the way. Yeah, I know it's a wild one. Messi has 104 GA by the age of 22. Wirtz has 120 GA by the age of 22. Shall we talk about the elephant in the room? Shall we talk about the elephant in the room? Well, what's the elephant in the room? Who did Wirtz play with? Who did Messi play with? Like, Messi literally played with Ronaldinho, Neymar, Iniesta, Suarez, like Ibrahimovic, Eto'o, like all the players that Messi played with, to have 104 GA. Who has Wirtz played with for the last 5 years? Like, seriously? What's taking too long? What's taking too long? I don't understand what's taking too long. Can someone explain what's taking too long? Why is this taking too long? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, just explain what you mean by that, because I haven't got a clue. Yeah, Wirtz has Pele and Ronaldo potential, but not Messi or Maradona. The crazy thing about it, yeah, is I'm going to show you the teams that Wirtz played with. Okay, all right. We can talk about the teams that Messi played with if you want, because why wouldn't we talk about the teams that Messi played with? Because they were laden with world-class players, and they were laden with just flair and creativity, just all over the park, like everywhere there was unbelievable players. Wirtz was playing for Bayer Leverkusen. Like, this is playing for a bum team, like, that only really became decent when Xabi Alonso turned up and turned Wirtz into that number 10, which he's been absolutely sensational for a number of years. So let's have a look at the team that Bayer Leverkusen had in 2021. Yeah, let's have a look at this team. Let's see how good this team is, on paper. Okay, so should we have a look at the goals and assists? Who got them all? So this was 2021-2022 season. So Wirtz got 17 GA that season. Yeah. Playing with Schick, Diaby, Frimpong, Andrick, Alaro, Dimabari. Like, are we seeing something that makes a lot of sense now to us? Like, it's quite mental. It's quite mental that this guy is being able to produce what he's producing with the players that he's playing with. So this was Frimpong got 7 GA that season when he was 20. Wirtz was 18. Wirtz was 18 and he got 17 GA when he was 18, playing with Diaby and Schick. Shall we have a look at the season after? Do you think the players were any better that he had? Oh, he had Diaby again. He had Frimpong, who was 21 with 15 GA, who we've signed. Wirtz got 7 GA that season. Wirtz only played 11 games because he got an injury. He got a bad injury that year. But then he's still with Dimbari, Holzek, Aldi. Like, none of these players really jump out at you and think, wow, that's like a Ronaldinho. Like, no wonder Messi's got mad numbers when he's with mad players. And then you've got the next season when Wirtz got 22 GA when he was 20. He's playing with Grimaldo, Boniface, Frimpong, who got 16 GA, by the way, Hoffman, and Adley. Do we see what we're getting now? Do we see why this is worth the money? Do we see why this is worth the wait? This guy is doing mental things at the age of 18 with players that nobody's heard of, nobody's interested in. Like, nobody's interested in these players. Like, there's only one player in that team that kind of sticks out, and I think, wow, he's given us really good numbers, and we've signed him, and that's Frimpong. So you got Wirtz and you got Frimpong producing monstrous amounts of GA in their careers at Bayer Leverkusen with a load of bums. We're now signing those two guys to put next to Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Luis Diaz if he stays. You know, got Diogo Jota, plays for Portugal. Like, he was on the bench. He was on the bench against who did they play? Who did they play? He was on the bench against Germany because Bert scored. And the likes of, you know, you've got Frimpong and you've got Kerkez or Andy Robinson, Knate, Virgil van Dijk. Like, lots and lots of brilliant players that have just won the Premier League. And also a few players that have won trophies, like World Cup winner, you know, guys that have been there or thereabouts. Like, you know, Champions League winners in the team, you know, serial Premier League winners in the team. Like, you've got two fantastic players, but you've got Wirtz, who's done more GA than Messi at the age of 22, who's now going to be moving to a team with loads and loads of brilliant players. I think he's going to get better. I think he's going to get better. I think his numbers are going to increase. I think he's going to score more goals. I think he's going to get more assists because he's around players that are going to produce more for him. And the majority of the time, it's probably him that's been producing for them. So, like, buckle up. Like, next season is going to be wild. And that kind of brings me on to the next one, which is Kerkez. What's happening with Kerkez? Like, we already know that the Fabrizio Romano has given us a here we go and a here we go soon. Okay. So I'll bring it up again so people can see it, just so we know. And then you've also got Kerkez with his googly eyes, and Kerkez isn't playing in the tournament game yesterday. So does that mean he's on his way? Does that mean that's getting done soon? I would say it is. I would say it is. Also, this is what we're going to get off Kerkez. Like, these are the numbers that Kerkez is going to give you. Like, this is something that we're overlooking. Like, Kerkez is 21 years old. Okay. He's already done 80 aerial duels, 547 ground duels. He's won 289 of them. Progressive actions 314. Offensive, like, the numbers are crazy for a guy that's only 21. The guy's only 21. He's younger than Harvey Elliott. He's younger than Connor Bradley. He's younger than Gerald Quansah. He's younger than Florian Wirtz. Like, unbelievable stuff. Like, the fact that we're getting this guy through the door is unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jeff. I also wanted to quickly bring this one up as well, because this one kind of flew under the radar, but this one could actually be done. So we're talking about signing players that nobody knows about, but it looks like this one could actually be done. Boudial, who's a very, very highly rated centre back, who plays for Rennes, which is where Camavinga came from. Highly rated. Been watching him in the under-21 tournaments. He's Moroccan. I think this one's done. LFC Monster. I actually think this one's done. I think this one will be a case of it'll be announced, and he will go into the under-21s. But there's a lot of talk that maybe he might not actually be going in the under-21s. He might actually be Quance's replacement. He's so highly rated that they think he might actually be able to get into the team, and actually join the first team this season. He could actually be the alternative for Hato, because I think we want to give Hato another year. And also, we've now got our assistant manager as their manager, so we can be watching Hato, and we've got no problems with him playing there for another year, because we'll probably have some guarantees that we'll get him next year. Big up, Jen. Hope you're well. Another member, another rebel in the house. Good to have you here. Any rebels in the house? Got any questions? Pop them in the chat and I'll answer them. Okay. Look after my rebels. This one could actually be done. I'm just going to close a couple of tabs. 2 seconds. Also, this one I found really interesting, because I really rate this guy. I think he is a special player. Tyler Diblin. I think he's got everything. If Diaz went, just hypothetically, yeah. If Diaz went and we got 70 million, how would you feel about spending 40, 50 million on Tyler Diblin? Because he can play left or right wing. How would you feel about putting that money into that guy as an investment, and him being potential in the next couple of years? I don't think he's another Ben Doak. I think he's much special. I think he's more special than Ben Doak. I think he's definitely got the lot. He was Southampton's best player last year, and that's an entire Premier League team full of players, and he was their best player by quite some distance. And he's 18. I think he's 18 or 19, and he's also homegrown. You're right. I think he's definitely a player. I think that was just to scare people off, or maybe to get a bidding more. But I think if we don't get him, he could be a Manchester United, not Manchester United. He could be a Manchester City player or a Chelsea player. Oh, they got rid of him. Okay. Where is it? So they got rid of him. Andrew's gone. That was 4 million then. Levy's paid 4 million out. Gone. I think Marco Silva is probably going to get the job, by the way. You'd rather we get Conceição than Diblin? I don't know. Portuguese. I don't know. I think Diblin's special. I think he could be really special, nurtured the right way in the future. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that one up because we are linked with him. I also thought I'd bring this one up as well, which was interesting. Crystal Palace could actually lose the UEFA place because of their owners. So that's one to watch. If they drop out of Europe, then Adam Wharton and Gahey could genuinely be options for teams, because they haven't got the pull of being in Europe anymore. So I'd watch that one. I'd watch their space on that one. What else have I got? I've got some other stuff. That was the Kerkez one. Crazy numbers. I'm going to play this as well, but I'm not going to play the audio, which is brilliant. Makes me want the player even more. Florian Wirtz already being a Scouser. Hates Bernardo Silva. absolutely love it. Like, get off the floor, you big wimp. And then has a big falling out with Bruno Fernandes. Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. If you didn't see that, then you should definitely go and check it out. Also going to share this one as well, because I thought this one was fantastic. In case you haven't seen it, this is the wink and the nod. Lewis Steele asked Wirtz how he feels about moving to Liverpool. Give him a wink and a nod. Absolutely love that one as well. Lewis Steele's really good, by the way. If you haven't checked him out, go and check him out on YouTube. He's just opened up a YouTube channel. It's really good. What else have I got? I'll also bring this one up as well, because I talked about this on your channel. Brian, if you're in the chat, Liverpool are getting rid of lots of backroom staff from the academy. Under 21s manager's now gone. The under 18s manager got sacked. So does some of his coaches. It looks like some of the data analysis team have now been sacked. Manchester City have poached one of ours. I think it's great news, by the way. I think our academy's been a mess for a while. I really do. Like I really think it's been poorly ran for a long time. We haven't been getting the best out of some of these players that we've had. Too many are injury prone. Too many have had poor loans. I think it's been taken for granted a bit much, and I think we want to revolutionize it. And like, what would be the point in getting Rio from Chelsea, who's highly rated by a number of clubs, if you can't get anything out of him? Like, if you can't improve him, or you haven't got the right management, or you haven't got the right coaches to get the best of his ability in the younger ages. So it's an overhaul. It's an overhaul. The youth academy was horrendous last season, like absolutely horrendous. I think it's needed as well. You're right. There's not that much talent in our under 21s, and you're right. And that's mainly because of the way it's been ran, the way it's been managed. It'd be interesting to see who takes that on. I genuinely don't know. Like, maybe we get someone who slot knows, or maybe we get one of the old Liverpool like boot room people back in. You know, I don't know. Academy overhaul, been long overdue. Absolutely, Paul. I know. I know. How can Manchester City be spending like another 300 million? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. 168 of you in here. If you hadn't hit the like and subscribe, please do. And if you want to become a rebel, use that link. Become a rebel. All right. There's a great video I posted up a couple of days ago that you can check out if you become a rebel today. I'll also read out all your names at the end of the show who are rebels. What else have I got for you? I mean, I might as well talk about this now, mightn't I? Okay, so let's talk about this guy. Okay, so Liverpool have signed a player, another one. So I'm going to zoom in on this. It's probably going to take an hour to do it. Yeah, it's not easy to zoom in on this guy. I don't know why. Why can't I zoom in? I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we can see. Okay, we can see enough. So Liverpool are set to agree a deal with 20-year-old goalkeeper Armin Pecsi from Puskas Academia. So this is a Hungarian player. He had an incredible season. I think he won, or I think he was nominated for the Golden Boy Award, where he came second in the goalkeepers, which is incredible. Like, so we've gone and got this guy. So he's done. Like, this guy's signed. So he's going into the under-21s. But there are a lot of rumours that Jaros hasn't got an extension, which means he's available to go. So we may just let him go on a free transfer, or he might just go out on loan. But I believe this is going to be Jaros's replacement, so he's going to be our third choice goalkeeper. I think he's on. I think he got released, or he could be on loan somewhere, but he's not been great. So yeah, this is a new guy that's in the ranks. Another Hungarian as well. We're building that Hungarian contingent. I remember as well, we signed quite a few Hungarian goalkeepers before. Some of them play in Germany now. Two of them are like highly rated, who ended up being internationals for years. We do like a Hungarian goalkeeper. That's really interesting as well. The final will be in Hungary, in Budapest next year, which is amazing because hopefully Kerkez and Szoboszlai will be in it. They'll love that. Galaski, yeah, he was. I think he's still highly rated. I don't think he's the goalkeeper now for Hungary. I think it's the other guy who we had as well. I wanted to talk about that. You kind of read my mind. I wanted to talk about that. I do think there's a big player. I wrote a poll. I did a poll. I'm just going to check on that now, actually. So I did a poll to see what people think. So 52% of you, out of 128 votes, think that we will sign another £100 million player, and 48% of you said no. So unfortunately, we've still got PTSD about signing players, about signing expensive players. And also, I haven't hit any points of my goal. Like, nobody sent me a super chat. Like, oh well, it is what it is. Cheapskates. Okay, so next up, we've covered that. We covered the goalkeeper, and we covered Darwin Nunez. We talked about that. Have we got any more news for you here? Brentford have said, I'm just giving you a bit of news anyway straight away. Brentford have said that they won't stand in Thomas Frank's way if he wants to move to a bigger club. However, they're signing players for Thomas Frank now. Like, they've literally just signed Queven Gallagher for Thomas Frank. So if he leaves, then that'll just be wild. And also Brian Mbeumo, like, he's about to sell him, so he will be looking for a replacement. So that will be interesting. That'll be interesting where Brian Mbeumo goes now. Maybe he goes to Tottenham. If Thomas Frank's going there, that would be interesting. Are we second choice goalkeeper? Oh, he's second choice goalkeeper for Hungary. I didn't know that. That's impressive. I didn't know that. So yeah. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to quickly cover this before we head off. So this currently is the squad for next season on paper. So we got Alisson, not Jaros, because I think Jaros will go. Mamardashvili has already come out and said that He's more than happy to fight it out for a first team place against Alisson, which is fine. He'll probably get like 30 games next season, Mamadashvili. Joe Gomez hasn't got links anywhere. Like, I've not seen anything for Joe Gomez. Not seen any links for Joe Gomez anywhere, honestly. Like, that one, there's nothing. Not seen anything about Joe Gomez. Also, Balaguer, who's a really big Spanish reporter, has said that Barcelona don't have any money for Diaz. That's come out recently, and also Andy Robertson was asked about Kerkez, and he said, "You've seen his name everywhere. Like, it's going to happen soon." Andy Robertson said that. I'm gonna look at Joe Gomez, see if there's any speculation with him. No, I don't see anything with Joe Gomez. And there was reports from 90 Minutes that said that Bournemouth have shown an interest in Gomez, and Liverpool are looking for 25 million for him. So I'll share this one. So Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Burnley, Everton, Leeds, Newcastle, Sunderland, and West Ham are all interested in signing Joe Gomez. 25 million for the defender. That was in Empire of the Cop, so it's not a very good source, if I'm completely honest. Also, so we're looking at the team. So we look at Kostas Tsimikas. Should we see if there's any interest in Kostas Tsimikas? Is there any interest in Kostas Tsimikas? So Leeds have been linked. Oh, this is a new one. This is a new one. That's 29th of May. That's a while ago. So this is 7 days ago. So this one's 7 days ago, which I'm going to share. What is it? Okay, so two clubs that are linked with him. I mean, this was in the Liverpool. This is in Liverpool.com, which isn't a great source either, by the way. But two clubs that were linked, which I haven't seen before, is Forest Wolves. Obviously, Leeds. We don't know about Leeds. But another two clubs are Valencia and Lille. Considering a move, he's valued at 15 million. Gerald Quansah, let's have a look at Gerald Quansah. Let's see if there's any interest there. Let's have a look at if there's any interest there. No. No. Nope, I'm not seeing anything there about Gerald Quansah. Interesting one about Gerald Quansah, in case you didn't know, is he can play for Scotland. So he hasn't been called up for England yet. I mean, he has, but he hasn't played. So he's eligible for Scotland. So he might actually switch. He might actually switch allegiance and play for Scotland. I thought I'd just mention that. Any stuff on Elliot? Let me have a quick look. Uh, 5 days ago, 20 hours ago. Okay. 20 hours ago, there was something mentioned on Tottenham's website. Well, it's not Tottenham's website, but it's Tottenham. Liverpool to hand Tottenham perfect transfer as Harvey Elliott new signing emerges. I mean, they could do with Harvey Elliott, to be honest. Spurs sent, what is it? 147 appearances Elliott's got. I don't know how much he would cost. Okay, so right, I just mention this now, yeah. So we all talk about Harvey Elliott there, great talent, bloody blah, da da da. Look at his numbers. Seriously, look at his numbers. Like, he got he got 7 GA in 2023. He got 15 GA in 2024, and he got 5, 6, 7, 8 GA in 2025. Like Florian Wirtz has done more than that in 1 year. Like, that's your upgrades. They're your upgrades. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about upgrades, aren't we? We're talking about number 10. Lewis Steele will be signing Milan Kerkez and Florian Wirtz. Yeah, no, we're getting both of them. We're getting absolutely both of them. I don't know what you mean. What's it say? You want to let us know what that means? I don't know what that means. So that's the Harvey Elliott bit. What else have we got? Should we have a look at Tyler Morton? What's happening with Tyler Morton? I mean, does anyone really care? Is there anything about why Elliott and Liverpool could face delay over transfer decision? That's 5 hours ago. Let's have a look at that. 1 day ago, this is Hull. Trio set to leave on Liverpool.com. Let's have a look at these three. Let's have a look at these three. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so this is Harvey Elliott stuff, more stuff, but it might have Tyler Morton in it. Liverpool are unlikely to reach a decision over the possibility of transfer of Harvey Elliott until later in the summer. Morton, Quansah. Oh, they've gone on the under-21s. They've all gone to the under-21s. So they're not going to be available like for a couple of games because they're playing in 3 games. Yeah, so they're all out with the under-21s, all 3 of them. That's all that's saying. Hull, what's that about? Hull, let's have a look. Okay, so this one is no thanks. Tyler Morton looking okay. Where's he looking? So he only played 761 minutes, 11 games. Most of them were pointless games that we really didn't care about. Also, Nat Phillips and Reece Williams are still at the club as well, by the way. So those 2 need to go. We're certainly not going to be keeping them. Reece Williams played 33 times for Morecambe, and then they were relegated to the National League. So we had another crap season. We'll get rid of him. Like, I don't even know why we still got him, to be honest. I don't know why we still got these players. Like, I just don't understand it. Middlesbrough, I've tried for him. So maybe he'll go. Maybe they'll try again and they'll get him. We've got a good relationship with Middlesbrough, obviously because of Ben Doak, but they've actually just sacked. They've actually just sacked the. Who's the Manchester United midfielder? Yeah, they've just sacked. Oh, we've got a bomber. Have we got a bomber? Oh, I think we got a bomber. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let's do a live bomber. Have we got a live bomber? Have we got a live bomber? No, we haven't got a live bomber. I can't see a live bomber. I can't see a live bomber. Oh, yes, I can. Florian Wirtz has received the green light to complete his move. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's do this. Let's do the live bomber. Where did that even come from, live bomber? Carrick, yeah. Carrick got sacked, so maybe they won't. Breaking, Florian Wirtz has received the green light from Bayern Leverkusen to complete his move to Liverpool Football Club next week. Clubs agreed on an amount around 150 million euros, as revealed here. Wirtz decided for LFC for weeks. I'm not 100% convinced he is not tier one for me, but we know that he's already decided. So I think we can take that as a bomber. Oh, hang on. No, we've got a bomber from Fabrizio Romano. Hang on, we've got a bomber from Fabrizio Romano. 2 seconds. Where the hell has that gone? Is it here? Yeah. Transfer news. Where's that? Nope, I don't see that. Okay, I don't see that one yet. Okay, I thought that was a bomber from Fabrizio Romano. Oh, Pecsi's done, by the way. There's pictures of him in Anfield. I'm just going to show you that now. Okay, build is now. Does someone write build in there? It's on build. Yeah. All right. Big up. I didn't see that. It seems possible. Wirtz will complete his medical check in Liverpool at the beginning of next week, then go on holiday and begin his preparations. Yes. Yes. Come on. Bill's been the one that's been on the ball with this from day one. Absolutely, day one. They've been on the ball. Build, honestly. They're not messing around. Also wanted to show you this as well. So this is on Pecsi's Instagram in December 2023. We've been working on this guy for a while. Look. This guy was at Anfield in 2023. Like, we don't mess around. Same guy, Joyce, credited, by the way, Axel. Cool. Oh, that's amazing news. Really, really pleased with that. Like having a bomber live. So that one's looking like it's done. What else did I want to show you? I mean, shall I show you anything else? Yeah, okay, I'll show you this. Okay. So I wanted to so we talked about Diaz at the start of the show. But I also wanted to talk about the fact that Diaz's numbers are still really good. Like, they're really good compared to other players. Like, so non-penalty goals, non-penalty XG, shots. I mean, there's only one player that's better than him in most areas, and that's Barcola. But we're not going to get Barcola. Guy's going to be worth a ridiculous amount of money. But his numbers are great, and the fact that Liverpool have come out and said, well, we're not going to give you a new contract. We're not really entertaining offers that aren't ridiculous offers. So we'll just keep you around. Like, and the fact that we hold all the cards. Like, even if he decides like he wants to go, we still don't have to sell him. Like that's just his choice. Like we still don't have to sell him. And he's not a player that kicks up a fuss. So it's just a case of, look, if a really big money offer comes in, then we'll probably take it. Because why wouldn't you? He's 28. He's got 2 years left on his contract. But he's just a good player to have around. Like he's on minimal wages. Like he's always available. Like I just think it's a great bit of business. Like just to keep him around, and if he does go, then he goes for like 70, 80 million. Like, but his numbers are great, and I think next season he'll still hit the same kind of numbers. He got 16 goals last year. Sorry, the year before last, and he's got 17 this year. So progressively, he's having a better year. Under Slot again, he'll probably have another better year. He'll probably have similar numbers. And it also looks like the reason why him and Cody probably hit really big numbers is because they were competing all the time. Like Cody was competing to stay in the team. Diaz was competing to keep Cody out of the team. So they had to hit the numbers. So they probably do the same next year. And then with the likes of Wirtz in the number 10, or potentially being another player that might look at the left wing situation, everyone will be on the toes. Like the only person that's relatively safe is going to be Wirtz, and it's going to be Mo. And we don't know whether we're going to get a number 9, or maybe Wirtz is going to play the false 9, and Szoboszlai stays in the 10. Like we don't know. Like, but I do want to say, and I'm going on big screen, I do want to say, I put it in the poll. Let me have a look at the poll now, by the way. The poll is now 50-50. Seriously. It's 50-50 whether we get a player over 100 million or not. It's 50-50. Wow. I can't believe it's split. That's crazy. That is crazy that it's split completely down the middle, 178 votes. Mark, I talked about Cody before. I don't think the Cody thing's real. I think his agents drummed up that so he can get a new contract, because I talked about this earlier. I feel like Cody might feel like he's not first team and he wants to be first team. So maybe if we drum up the interest of Bayern Munich being interested, because they were looking at Wirtz, then we might offer Cody a new contract and we might sell Diaz, which means he then becomes our first team left winger. And maybe that's the ploy. Like, I don't know, but it's interesting to see how that one plays out. But I don't think there's any interest in Cody. I don't think we're going to sell Cody. Like, genuinely, he's still got 3 years left on his contract. So what I did want to talk about before we go is Isak. I wanted to talk about Isak. I also wanted to talk about potentially. Oh, I've got 2 super chats. Big up, Graham. I didn't notice. Big up, Graham. Hope you're well. Everyone in the chat, put a W in there. And also big up Candy Shandy. Have a coffee on me. Amazing. I will do. Thanks. Appreciate it. Also, if you want to become a rebel, you know what to do. The membership link is there. Become a rebel. Join the channel, support the channel. I might be able to get StreamYard Plus then, where I can actually do good overlays and stuff, because it costs a fortune to buy. So big up the super chats, and also big up everyone that's rebels. So I wanted to talk about Isak, and I also want to talk about Alvarez. And I also wanted to bring up this. Hang on 2 seconds. I've been sidetracked by the bomber. I was sidetracked by the bomber. I've got quite a few things in here I wanted to look at. So I wanted to cover a couple of these photographs that I've taken, which I've got to share. But if you give me a sec, I will do that. And they're all good. They're all good. Actually, this is probably going to go on for 2 hours now. Sorry, because of all of these photographs I've got. But I just want to share them all and talk about them 2 seconds. So let me just do a screen share again. But can I look at my photos on my screen? Oh, I can't do that. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to do image file shares. Where are we? So I'm going to share these. Where is this one? This one. What? Why can't I share them? Oh, I can't share them. Right, I need to find a way of doing this. Hang on a minute. Screen share. Can I add them? No, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna share my application window, which is something I don't want to do. But can I just share? I can do that. What have I shared? Nothing. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to share my entire screen for a minute. No, I can't do that. How do I do that? So I've got loads of photographs which I want to share, but I can't share them. How do you do that? Does anyone know how to do that? How to share photographs that you've taken and put them in the actual show? Does anyone know how to do that? Because it's not letting me add them unless it lets me upload. Does it let me upload photos? No, it won't let me upload any of the photos. Screen share, I haven't got OBS. Hang on. Okay, so I don't know how to do the preview. Is that it? Share. Chrome has lost permissions to capture camera. I don't know how to do it. Oh, hang on, Jamie, go on slides and upload from there. So you do it on slides. Oh, none of the files are coming up as JPEGs. None of my files are coming up as JPEGs. Maybe I have to do. Hang on. Sorry, everyone. No, they're not coming up. They're coming up as other files. All right, I'm gonna have to do this another time. Hang on a minute. Maybe I can get rid of myself. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to get rid of myself. Okay, so I'm going to talk about stuff here, but I'm going to present my entire screen. So let me do this. No, it won't let me do it. I can't do it. Sorry. I'll have to find another way of doing it. We'll have to do this another show because I can't have you all just sat here while I'm trying to find a way of doing things. You know what? Hang on. Hang on a minute. Let me just resave all of these pictures which will take me a couple of minutes. Bear with me, okay? Just chat within yourself, chat between yourself. I'm just gonna reshare all of these images because some of them are really good and you're gonna like them. So if you just bear with me a minute. Okay, so I need to just resave everything as a JPEG. Yeah, so I just need to resave everything as a JPEG. Okay. I won't be a second. I promise I won't be a second. JPEG. Okay, let me see whether it works. Let me see whether this works. And then what I can do is I can upload while JPEGs don't work. Why don't JPEGs work? Seriously, why don't JPEGs work? Oh, they do. Okay, so they do work. Okay, so I've got this one. Which doesn't open. Why doesn't that open? I don't know why that doesn't open. Does anyone know how to add photos into your browser? Okay, maybe it needs to be PNG. Does it need to be PNG file? Sorry about this. I just I thought I could do this, but it's not letting me do it. So can I add it as a PNG file? Can I add it as a PNG file? Remove, add to stage. No, it doesn't work. I don't know how you do it. Put all your pics in Canva, then upload to backgrounds. Okay. All right. I'll have to do this another time. Sorry. It's not working. Apologies. I just wasted like 10, 15 minutes of everybody's time there. I didn't mean to. Can I open with browser? Oh, hang on. I can. I can do it. No, I can't. Crap. I can't do it. Okay. Right. I've wasted so much time. I'm sorry, everyone. Just wasted like 10, 15 minutes there on trying to work out photos. He's currently channeling his inner tech. No, I'm absolutely making a pig's ear of it, mate. I wanted to cover a couple of things which I'd seen and took photos of, but I didn't have websites because they were on social media. But I can't do anything with them, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I'll cover them off in another show. But I'll leave you all for now. I'm just going to read out all my rebels. Big up Jamie, Rebel, Anonymous One, Rebel, Dancini, Ulrim, Harrison, Donny King, Promo, Barry, Jen LFC, James LFC, Leroy, Pondelf, Amville, Stevie Boy, Ryan Willie, John, 50, all Rebels. Good to have you all on board. Like I said, if you want to join the Rebels, it's in the chat. Also, if you've got any comments, put them in the comment section. Any ideas for shows you want as well, put them in the comment section. And I think we've covered a lot today. And we also had a bomber at the end with Wirtz medical next week, which is amazing news. We all knew that would get sorted pretty soon, but two bombers. We got a new goalkeeper, and we got our number 10, which is amazing, which is great news. I still let me check on the numbers actually. Oh, we've got more yeses than nos now. So we've got 53% of people think we'll get £100 million player. Okay, so I'll quickly cover this now. All right. So we looked at the PSR thing, and this is something I wanted to bring up, was a photograph of the Athletic PSR list. Now, Liverpool are 75 million in the green. Okay, you've got like Chelsea, Brighton, Manchester City, Tottenham, all over 200 million. I don't know how. Chelsea sold their women's team to their main team, which is obviously legal somehow. We don't do stuff like that. But we looked at, I looked at that list, and there's like 75 million in the green. Okay, we've got a number of outgoings. Let me look at transfer value of Isaac. So I'm just Googling stuff now, and I'll just share my screen now so you can see. So I'm doing this live with you now, okay? So we're just looking at, we're looking at just the transfer value of Isaac, yeah. So that's easy enough to be done. Yeah, so we're looking at that. We can use AI for that. Alexander Isak's value, Alexander Isak's value is estimated to be around 120 million euros. The value has increased significantly from his initial value for his transfer fee of 70 million. Yeah, when he joined Newcastle in 2022, he's now considered one of the most valuable players in the Premier League. And then if you bring up his numbers here on transfer marks, he's gone up from 60 million to 70 million euros, but now he's rated at 120 million euros. Okay. Obviously, Newcastle value him at 150 million pounds. Okay. That's never going to happen. 150 million is never going to happen. Okay. So what we have to look at is we're going to spend potentially 125 million, 126 million on Wirtz. That's not going to be cash straight off. I believe we're still at around 109 million potentially cash, or we could actually be lower and we could be including add-ons for Wirtz. But 150 million euros is around 130 million pounds, which will be the British transfer record. Yeah. Okay. Think of it like that. Think of it as that money that we've just bought Wirtz with, yeah, was our transfer money. Yeah, that was our transfer money. Then you look at Frimpong, who's cost 10 million so far. Yeah, that was the Trent money. Okay, so you got Trent money, 10 million, which is paid off Frimpong. Yeah, another 3 years, another two more payments will pay off Frimpong. 10 million next year, 10 million the next year. Yeah. We got 181 million for winning the Premier League. 181 million for winning the Premier League. Okay. 181 million is Wirtz and Kerkez and Frimpong. If you want to really work it all out, 181 million is Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kerkez. My maths, yeah. Shall we have a look at an online calculator? Shall we just do this? Do this online. Should we do the calculator? Yeah. Should we do an online calculator? Yeah. Shall we just do an online calculator? Because I don't know what my maths are like, but if we do 130 million plus 45 plus 10. Ooh, I don't know why that disappeared. Okay, so 130. It's not actually 130. It's 120. It's 126 plus 42 plus 10. Okay, well, why isn't this calculator working? Oh, I did divide. Sorry, 126 plus 42. I've done divide again. Sorry. Why do I keep on doing divide? Let me refresh it. Okay. 126 plus 42 plus 10 equals 178. 178 million. Yeah. I'm just looking at maths, looking at the calculations of players. 178 million is less than we got from winning the Premier League. Okay. That has paid for all three of our transfers. That's paid for all three of our transfers. So 178 million equals Wirtz. $178 million equals Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kerkez. Yeah. We also just sold Queven Gallagher for 18 million. So you can take another 18 million off that, which means that we've spent 160. Yeah. Bear with me. Stay with me on this one. So that's 160 million. Yeah. What put into that all of the bonuses, for winning the Premier League for all the players. Yeah. How much could that work out at? 20 million? Maybe 15. Like, I'm going to Google it now. So we're going to have a look now. We're going to have a look at how much did Liverpool FC pay out in bonuses for winning the Premier League? Shall we have a look? How much did Liverpool pay for winning? There's no specific prize fund. How much will they get? Okay, so 181 million. We know that. Yeah, we know that. 181 million prize money. That's according to The Athletic. So that's real. Okay, so that's 181 million. The 181 million pays for the transfers that we've made already. Okay, so we haven't spent any money out the club yet. So there's no money, there's no extra money that we've spent. The board haven't given us any money. Like Edwards might have gone to Boston to say, look, this guy's going to cost 130 million, as in Wirtz. Can we use the Premier League money for it? And the club might have gone, yeah. Okay, so yeah. Champions League revenue was 84 million, which we haven't spent. Okay, bear with me, which is why I put it in the poll. Do you think we're going to sign another £100 million player? So now you're looking at the players that we're linked with. There's no specific prize money that's been listed. Yeah. Okay. No specific prize money that's been listed for the players. But let's say the bonus is about 20 million. Yeah. The players get a 20 million bonus, all of them in total, for winning the Premier League. Let's just put a number on it. Yeah. So that takes us from 160 to 180. So now we've used all of the Premier League money. All the Premier League money's been used, okay? And we bought all our players so far, okay? Now we got to look at player sales. So you're looking at player sales now. So now you've got 18 million coming in for 18.5 million coming in. Actually, I'm going to get a calculator out again. Sorry. Calculator's out again. So we've got 18 million for Kerkez. So that's 18.5 million. 18.5 million for Queven. Plus, how much do we think we're going to get for Nunez? Let's just be realistic and just put 70. Yeah. So say we get 70 for Nunez. Okay, they're two guys that we think are definitely going to be sold. Yeah. Do we think we're going to keep Kostas Tsimikas? Because I'm going to add another 15. And do we really think we're going to keep Tyler Morton? So I'm probably going to add another 10. Yeah. And there's another player that I think we're probably going to sell, and it's probably going to be Ben Doak. So let's put 25 in there, because I think we're probably going to get 25 for him. Okay. I'm not adding Diaz, Elliott, Quonset, Gomez, Endo, Jota. I'm not adding any of those players. Cody Capco. I'm not Robbo. I'm not adding any of those players into that list. Okay. All of them I'm just excluding, and I'm putting down the fringe players. Okay. And I'm also not adding any of the other players, like the likes of Beck, Gordon, Kumas, I don't know, Stefan Bacesic, like Nat Phillips, Reece Williams. Like, I'm not adding any of those players. I'm just leaving all of that blank. I'm just putting down a number of players that we definitely think will go. Well, one's gone, one's about to go, another one, there's not going to be any space for him, and then there's one which has never played football for us. Chiesa. Let's put Chiesa in there as well. Fair point. Let's put 10 million for Chiesa. Okay. Okay, we've been quite reasonable with that number. Yeah, I think we've been quite reasonable. Okay, that's 148 million, which is perfect, by the way. That's the perfect number. I couldn't have asked for a better number to pop up. That's 158 million. That's 148 million from player sales that we think we will get. Like, there's a really good chance we'll get that number, and it could increase to 200 plus if there's other players added. But just say we just sell those players, those 5 players that we've just mentioned. That's the money for Isak. That's the money for Isak. That's the money for Alvarez. That's an Isak or an Alvarez. Like, and I'm not talking about Ekatike or Rategi, or I'm not talking about any other player. I'm talking about Isak or Alvarez. The two guys that have gone completely radio silent since all the links came out about them being interested in Liverpool going for these two. David Ornstein talking about Isak. Sky Sports talking about Alvarez. Like, reports coming from Atletico Madrid saying he's not going to Liverpool, he's not for sale. All of the stuff that got leaked about Alvarez, £100 million offer last year, but they wanted Diaz. Honestly, one of those is going to come to Liverpool. I'm so convinced. I'm so convinced of it. It's the reason why we're not linked with. It's the reason why we haven't gone for any of those strikers. Sesko and Buemo, Ekatike, Victor Kerkez, Osherman. I was convinced we'd go for Osherman, but it doesn't look like Osherman's on the table now. Especially if we get Wirtz. Doesn't seem like Osherman's the type of player that's going to suit our play. There are so many strikers out there that are being linked with moves all over the place. and we are not going for any of them, and we're not linked with any of them. Like, why didn't we go for Mamouche? Because Mamouche was not our first choice. Isak and Alvarez were our first choice. Isak and Alvarez were our first choice. I'm so convinced that one of these is going to pop up at Liverpool, and we are talking to them. Like, maybe we're not even talking to them now. Like, maybe we've already had the conversations, and it's like, look, we're calm. We know how much he's going to cost. Let us get our business done, and we'll pay the money. Like, let us get Wirtz done first. We know Wirtz was going to take a long time, but the Alvarez one could have been done and dusted. The Isak one could have been done and dusted. Slot was talking about Isak repeatedly during the Premier League season, and we know that Slot has talked to Kerkez, and we know that he's talked to Frimpong, and we know that he's talked to Wirtz. So he's had interaction with players directly now. He could have gone and spoken to Alvarez. He could have gone and spoken to Isak. I genuinely believe one of those big ones is going to drop. And there's a lot of smoke that's coming from the journos saying that Liverpool are going huge this season. Well, we've spent the money that we made from winning the Premier League. We still haven't spent the money from the player sales, the Champions League, and even the money we made last year. We made 60 million last year on player sales. We haven't spent a penny. All we spent is the Premier League money. I still think it's going to happen. Anyway, I've done nearly 2 hours. I said I'd only do an hour, but hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you filled you with hope and joy. And we did a bomber on Wirtz. Looks like that medical's booked for next week, which is brilliant news. I will work out how to share photographs that I've taken on the phone and put them onto my screen. I will try and do that for next time because I've got loads that I wanted to cover, but I couldn't do it. We're just waiting for the Ormstein and the Paul Joyce tweet now, but it looks like it's done and dusted, and the medicals next week. Also, Kerkez will be done and dusted next week as well, and that medical will be sorted. We've also signed a Hungarian goalkeeper who looks like a hell of a talent, and we've also just covered off the amount of money we've got, which makes me feel like we've still got a big striker to sign in Isak or Alvarez. But let's leave it there, and I will catch you all later. You all have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your day. And remember, if you want to become a rebel, the link's there. Join the rebels, and I will catch you all later. Up the Reds. Take care. Bye-bye.